Another wonderful day, another fine day. We get together and we talk. We get together and we talk with people who are making things happen in our community. We get together and we talk about people who are making things work for our community. I know say plenty people be like, oh, this time are only politics, politics, politics. Yeah, now politics o'clock, especially what is happening around the world. Too many crazy things happening around the world. So it's only fair, it's only right for we for talk about some of these things in our community, whether I like or not. Uh, are the only places who know whether I like or not. So the least we can do is have conversations that can build. The least we can do is have conversations that can transform. The least we can do is have conversations that can get us to someplace that is better. Yeah. I see it happen for Cameroon, I see it happen for Cote d'Ivoire, and I see it happen for Tanzania, and it's just, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But the one thing I'm liking, the one thing I'm enjoying, the one thing I feel like it's making me feel like okay, hope the um the number of people that really join the conversations, the number of people that they call me every now and then for tell me say, oh, they like the conversation. Oh, the one we talk, I don't agree. So I cannot agree with you for the one. Oh, so I cannot agree with you for that one. We'll see. Yeah. I want to make sure see the volume there okay. Yeah. I want to make sure see the volume there okay. Okay. I'm not sure see. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The volume there okay. The volume there okay. For those who they watch, the volume there okay now, right? I have the volume is okay. So yes, um, that is just what we're trying to do. What we're just trying to do is have conversations that can add a thing or two to the conversations that can enlighten a person or two. Because would ever talk on a play, would ever talk on a joke, but trust me, just like football, so many people don't know how so many things that work when it comes to politics. Even me a few years ago, I used to be so ignorant. I come from that generation of oh, pardon talk, oh, pardon talk, oh, pardon talk. Okay, wait till part talk. If you hear wait till part talk, okay. I come from that generation, so I know how it feels. I know what it means, and that is the reason. The one thing I try to do the best possible now for make sure see I speak, now for make sure say I share, now for make sure say the small one know I share our people, now for make sure say we go for the small way they exist and try to drag more people. I speak, now for make sure say I share. Yeah, make sure to drag more people into the conversation. Um, as of now, that is the least we can do. As of now, that's the least we can do. Just create that place. Just make that place we always talk. We always talk. We always share. We always debate. We can argue as we want. We can. But at the end of the day, you dey learn a thing or two. I dey learn a thing or two. So other man they learn a thing or two, right? Um, yeah. I know sometimes you get heated, insults go past, this go past. Even me, sometimes I get so emotional. I will even block people. I'll even do this and do that. But at the end of the day, it just shows how interested all we be. It just shows how bad we all want to see Cameroon or be a better country, be a better place. Um, so many things that go on, so many things that go on, and some of these things that they go on, you realize, see, you know, start not today, start so many years ago. The funny thing is, some of we don't even take some of these things then and to believe them. Yeah, some of we don't take some of these things them and even believe them. Now give me 1 second, man, check what I'm innocent. Je interesting. Some of we don't take some of these things them and even believe them. Believe them to the extent where sometimes you see it and you're like, okay, I say my people know how the things that they work, and I say my people really know how these things that they work. I say my people, what did it happen? Or na me, I don't know how. Wait. Yeah, so today I decide to talk today about the propagandas, the lies, the manipulations. And like I talk, all this propaganda, all the lie, all the manipulation, and that's until we start today. That's until we don't go on for a very, very long time. We need to know why. We need to know how. We need to know some. We have to talk about some of the examples. I wish I had time earlier for. I wish I would get time for at least look up some of the lies we don't be told in the past. But I think we're not really. We're not really. When we get time, we'll do them. But by the way, Innocent, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening, guys. It's been a long time I've been here, and it's good to see you again. It's good to be back and have this conversation with you guys. It's been a minute, and like my brother was saying, we're going to talk about the political propaganda and the manipulation, the lies that goes on in this political field. And like some people said, if you don't do politics is going to do you. So yeah, we are here today because we want to change the narrative for our generation. We've let this going on for a long time, so now it's our time to take the things at hands and handle it and talk about it. And then today we're going to do the politics according to our own view, to at least debunk, if we can't, see what's going on in our community now that with the presidential election that has just come to an end, the process that has just come to an end. So yeah, more than happy to be amongst you guys. As usual, you know, your thoughts, your points are really important to us. So just go on the comment section or whenever we open the phone line, just share your thought with us. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, that point really be important. Always remember to share your thoughts, comments, just suggestions, requests. If someone said something that you did not agree with, feel very free for call them out. If someone says something that made sense, feel very free for validate with the thought, because I feel like that's one of the problem we have in the community. People go only come for can criticize thing wey tori talk wey they don't like or they don't agree with. When we say the things that are true or we say things that make sense and stuff like that, they don't validate, they don't endorse, they don't they don't appreciate, they don't applaud you for saying things that are correct or things that are right. They only wait for when you talk to them, if according to them you're not correct, then they come for you, they can't start blah 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 blah. Innocent, the very first question I want to ask you, I don't know if you don't notice, and like me, the lies, the manipulation, the deceit, and it exists for you or Nami at the same?
No, it exists, and this has been going on for a while now. You know, politics is something that is really, really rooted on manipulation, on propaganda, and manipulation is a tool. I mean, propaganda is a tool for manipulation, so they can direct a narrative and a belief on an ideology, push that through the manipulation, through the propaganda, and all of that. And it, of course, it goes with the lies, bunch of lies. So yeah, definitely, this is something that is going on in the political field. So what you'll be witnessing is same thing that everybody that's had a little bit of political consciousness will be witnesses as well.
One of the things that I need to actually understand, right? Politicians are supposed to be the ones that are honest. Politicians are supposed to be the ones that are, because they're there to serve the people, right?
Yeah.
But like we talk, first of all, the transition from we first president to the second president was built on lies. If I remember very well, the lie the man say, oh, you know where the way you do, you probably can die small time, so hand power for the man. And then hand power discover later on say they be actually lying a lie before one come, madam man say lie me tani come for. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're perfectly right, because when the first president of Cameroon was in power, and at a certain point of time they told him, I mean, this is what they say officially, that his heart is not really good, and then he had probably a few months to live. He should probably find a replacement before it's too late. But some other people would argue that because of the change of presidency in France when Mitterrand got in, so now Mitterrand has held a very deep grudge against him because of Ernest Wanji assassination or execution, right? Because Mitterrand back then was a lawyer that was defending the right of Ernest Wanji. And then when Ernest Wanji got caught, he was coming to Cameroon to defend his client, but his plane was never allowed to land in Cameroon. So he finally landed in Gabon and took off back to Paris then. So he held that deep grudge against Ahidjo. So when he was voted in France as a president, so, and all of that combined with the fact that your health is not good, he was simply asked to, you know what, hand over the power to someone else. And then there's another story for another day, if you want to know why.
Technically, what you're saying is correct. It means a person he actually become president of France, subsequently was actually serving somebody who was just like I call them a freedom fighter in Cameroon. Wow, that's I never hear that part of the story.
Yeah, that independence and freedom fight. Yeah, Ernest Wanji. So some people argue that was the most important reason why Ahidjo was forced out of power. But now Ahidjo made a choice on Biya, because according to him, Biya was the least thirsty of power, right?
Really?
Exactly. According to him, Biya was the soft, the kind, the very hardworking guy that never complains, which is always ready to serve and all of that. And what some people view as why he chose Biya is because he wanted somebody that he could manipulate, right?
Yeah,
he can get stay on the backstage and then ask him to do this, sign this, standard. And guess what? When he named Biya as a replacement, or he held the key of the presidency of the party, right? That means ideologically he was still the head of the country.
Yeah,
exactly, because he was the head of the party. So yeah, when he named Biya came in. Like you said, we're going to talk about Cote d'Ivoire, we're going to talk about Tanzania, and then you will understand now, whenever you taste that sweet wine of power, how you feel. So now the sweet wine of power can corrupt even the most loyal and the most
but
dedicated.
You know what? I beg to differ on that, because I read Femi Lazarus. I think it was Femi Lazarus, the Nigerian. I follow him, extremely smart guy. He said, when you squeeze lemon, waiting will come inside and waiting lemon juice. When you milk cow, which will come out na cow, right? If you think that the whole cow put inside something, squeeze and the blood could come out. So technically, whatever people produce, in a short run or in a long run, until will be already be inside them. but then maybe don't get a means for express them.
Yeah.
So like they used to say, where when person thief, he need to make it thief man. You thief now because you already be thief man. You be just wait na opportunity for express them. So at the Chavo Tonga say Biya was already a power hunger person who was just playing his game in a very, very smart way and waiting for his opportunity.
And he got this opportunity.
We'll talk first about the lies. And why do you think these people get into lies telling that much, like we politicians?
Okay, so you have to understand that when you back in the days when we wanted to define politics, it was the game of who gets what, when, and how. And some people say that politics is the science of the means to an end, right? So if now you go into politics, the main goal is to gain the power, right? And use the power to exercise the allocation of resources and all of that, right? So now, lies is another means they use to get to that main goal. Right? So now the people has to be very politically conscious to understand that everything that they say during the campaign is not because they love you so much and all of that, because you have historical example of promises that was done during campaign, and now when they come to power, they completely forget what they was promising. Exactly. So these are many examples of lies, if you can call it lies like that. But this is how politics was. Politics is a game of getting into power to consolidate your power, to keep the power. That's the game. So if you see anybody that is in politics and telling you that genuinely, I'm going to be the angel, I'm going to be this, bro, it's just because right now he needs you to get in there. All right. When they get in there now, like you said, the reality of the power start to show up. And then you understand. I'm taking an example of Tanzania. You remember? I think it was 2019 when the elected president of Tanzania passed away. I believe it was John Magufuli. And then this vice president came into power. And a couple of more people was praising that she's doing well and all of that. But suddenly, a few years later, no opposition in the country. I don't know what happens to them when they got into power, but the corruption, the power will corrupt even a very strong mind. So yeah, now you understand that all the opposition parties, she has jailed them and all of that. So this is it. So politics is the game, like I said, of who gets what, when, and how. That's the point.
Now, like you talk, it's about who gets what, and all these politicians are actually working so hard, trying so hard to get what they need to get, because one other thing that baffles me are the people. Because it's funny how you can tell a lie today, tell a lie tomorrow. Like, for instance, Biya has been telling lies for the last 43 years.
Yeah.
But you still have people who are loyal, who follow him, who believe in him, who sing his praises and things like that. Is it because sometimes the lies these politicians tell is just the preferable, like they talk, the day will be better, the other one the worst? Or, and I say, people don't really even understand the difference between these lies these people tell from time to time?
Oh, like I said from the beginning, when you get this political consciousness, you inform yourself. You really want to know what did happen for the community, right? If anyone will come in front of you and sweet talk you with things that, and politics, there's an art of eloquence. You have to be eloquent. So when you talk, people just believe you, even though if you sit back and say, man, what this guy is talking is BS. But the way it's presenting it, man, you just like mesmerize. So we have a proper example of what's going on in Cameroon now, the politics. So you understand, I can explain to myself that somebody that served this regime for like 30 years, that resigned a couple of months ago, all right, not on base of ideological breakdown or a political difference of view, but because of a personal issue, it became the Messiah, just like that. Can you explain that? Can you explain? If you ask any guy that who are you fighting for, what ideology you were fighting for, they can't tell, because they don't know. Because they came and told him that, no, you've been suffered, you've been punished a lot, now I'm gonna come and fight for you. And let
me ask you, I was going to ask you that this whole idea of I am the savior, if you make me the president, if you make me your leader, if you make me that person when I manage all the things, so it is like now me, I will actually save you. What do you think? Is it true, or is this another big lie that is going around?
It's a big lie. Nobody never saved anybody. Nope. So let's look at our political framework in Africa, right? Apart from these three countries from the Sahel, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, right? That they really try to change the narrative. But if you look in most of these, mostly the French-speaking country in Africa, if you look the way the country is ruled, there's nobody that have said that I'm coming to do this and actually deliver on that. No, none of them. You talk about Cote d'Ivoire, there's a lot to say about Cote d'Ivoire. We talk about Cameroon. The real promise that he did in 82 when he came into the power is that we're going to enter into an era of
multipartism.
No. Democracy and moralization, and make people get to know their civil war, how they behave. You understand, in a very good manner and all of that. But now, when you look at our society, the way it is, do you believe that there's moral principle that is rule that govern our society? No. Do you believe that there's democracy in Cameroon? So I mean, we can argue that, because democracy is like an ocean with a lot of branches. Yeah, so you can talk about it. Yeah, so I can take an example of Ivory Coast with the president that when he was campaigning in 2010 for the election, he promised that one Ivorian is going to get one house. Everybody was going, and he asked them to vote him just for a mandate. For 5 years.
Just like this guy is promising now.
5 years. I said
exactly 5 years. Like this guy is saying,
give me 5 years, I'm going to change your life. There's a lot of money, and I don't know why we are indebting ourselves and all of that. In 5 years, I'll make this country straight. But here we go. In 2025, is going in for the fourth
term.
Exactly. So now it's not much different from what we've been having in Cameroon. Even though if you look at the geopolitical framework of both countries, different, but the political monster that rule the country, they play the same game to keep themselves on the power. Because before 2011, right, there was the constitution was based on there was a limitation of mandate in Cameroon, right? It was 2 of 7 years. So he did 1997. All right, then now he did 1997. 2004. All right, I think it's when 2004 now to 2011. I believe the constitution was written in 1996 that came. So the first mandate was 1997 to 2004, and then the second mandate was 2004 to 2011. He was supposed to leave. All right, but somehow, like we all know, which is another lie, we just go and change the constitution. All right, change it, manipulate it. Now we remove the cap on the limitation of mandate. Now it's unlimited, and no cap on the age. So if you feel your 100 years and you
why
feel
do
like
you choose 100 when you can choose 120?
I'm just 100 years. If you feel like you can run, there's nothing legally, all right, that can stop you. There's nothing legal.
Whereas if you're really young, it doesn't matter if you're mature enough and you have all the criteria, you have what it takes.
There you go.
They say no, you're not, you don't have the age.
There you go. So now this is another way of manipulating to keep the power. And remember, in politics, the main objective is to conquer the power, to consolidate, and to keep it as long as possible. So that's why the manipulation, the propaganda, the lies come in. And this reminds me of one, I saw this picture on social media, a wolf talking to a bunch of sheep. Right? Saying that if you vote me in, I'm going to turn vegetarian. So this is exactly how politicians
funny
on the campaign.
What is funny is he's not saying I am already a vegetarian.
No,
so vote me in.
No,
he's telling them vote me in first. Then I would.
So this is exactly
so. For those of us who did literature, especially in the English, the Anglophone part of the country, there was this book called Animal Farm, and it's almost a similar story. I don't know if you read the Animal Farm or you've heard about. Yeah, it's almost a similar story where there was this guy who had a farm, and he was very hostile towards the animals and things like that. And then for some reason, these animals came together, ganged up against him one day when he was coming to feed them, and then they took over the farm. The guy fled. And during that time, I think the pigs were the one leading the group, you understand? And they had designed everything. They had the constitution written down. They had their laws. Everything was already in place that once we take over this farm, this is how we are going to be governed. And once it happened, they actually put up the constitution somewhere. And then minute by minute, they'll just go to sleep and they wake up the next day. One stop on the constitution has changed. And then when you try to talk, they had their group, they had their and that was how they moved from where they used to be to some place that was even worse. For those who don't understand, I read Animal Farm, and the story is in my head. And it's not just about Animal Farm. I've seen that happen in so many African countries. And I know that is what is going to happen in Cameroon. These people who claim to be leaders, these people who claim to be messiahs and saviors, they are not there for you and me. They are there for themselves, their family, friends.
I mean, you know, a political party, okay, is let's say members come together because they share the same ideology, right? Obviously they say the same ideology, have the same objectives, that, like I told you, which is to control power and rule. Okay, not to you the state like they think based on the program they propose or the program they have. Okay, so now it's not for everybody. Everybody is not a unique party system, right? It's a multi-party system. So they have their own ideology. They fight to get into the power. So now when they get into power, right, those people that was fighting, those are the one that gains now the political how do I say it,
advantage or power
or whatsoever you call it, but the word will come. It's like a compensation, right? Yeah, you get the political compensation of that. It might be you be a minister, you be a secretary general or a general manager of those public institutions. So yeah, this is and then now that you see that you have all these social privileges, right, based on this position, you don't want to let that go. Talk late about the money. You have a free housing. For some people, they never pay no bills or anything. Some of them don't even know how the cost of a bread. You understand? Because
somebody's just doing
everything for them. So
the system is just feeding
them.
So
now they just hang on to the power now, and it is really, really difficult. And the weakness in Africa is that we don't really build strong institutions. And now those people in power, they take advantage of it. And I'm saying it in most francophone or French-speaking countries, right? In most of them, this is the struggle on having strong institutions and then strong constitution that abides to everybody. And now we should probably go to a point where there is no way you can change the constitution in this amount of time. Like, let's say we have this constitution, there is no amendment for 50 years, and we go by it. If you have idea, we write it down, we put it until 50 years, you adjust. But sometimes, especially this limitation of mandate, because we can litigate on that and say, no, limitation of mandate is not changeable for 50 years. All right. And then some other disposition, because life is a dynamic, some things might change that you need to address. Okay. And to address it, you need to add in like back in the days, we didn't have this computerized this ICT system and all of that. So now that we do have it, you have to integrate that. Integrate that into the law. So we need to keep the constitution open at a certain point, but limitation of mandate, we have to be very strict on it, that no change. So now that the president will come and make the change, we know that change is going to be binding for another 50 years on that term. So we would say, no more 7 years, it's now 5 years, or no more 5 years, it's now 6 years. It's going to hold for like 50 years, because we just give ourselves strong institution. But because what is the problem in Africa is that we never respect the constitution we gave to ourselves, the law we gave to ourselves to govern our society.
What do you think?
Go ahead.
What do you think is the biggest lie, political lie you've heard in Cameroon? Let's just say three biggest political lies you've heard.
I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, like I'm coming for 3 years and then I end up doing 43.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a big
One.
one. Hmm. And I promise you that I'm gonna give you happiness
Mm-hmm.
when elected
Mm-hmm.
too. That's
Common,
never
very
gonna
common
happen.
one.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
Another one.
Believe me, I know your problem, and I'm gonna solve them.
Yeah, I think that's similar to the other one.
Yeah, they don't.
Okay,
They don't.
in 2025,
Yes.
what are some of the lies you heard that were pushed out there by people, and you sat in your room or in your living room and you were like, damn,
Man, I just
how?
said this the one that is fighting for the president, according to him, that said that he's been the one elected. For me, I was so mesmerized to I mean, I went through his manifesto, right? It's a 26-page document, and it's a 6-point 6-point that is trying to explain with another big and void words that when you read it, you don't really understand where it's going to. Especially not, you don't understand. It's not proposing something new that is not over there, right? That is not already there. But people still believe that he's coming in for 5 years transition. Bro, for me, that was and they bought it. They bought it, and they're out there say that they're fighting for their president. And that this same president that 2 years ago, let's say 3 years ago, because in 2022, it was telling everybody that he's with this regime to the end of it, right? He will
and there's no way any person can beat this regime.
Exactly. And I'm like, how can we? Oh, now they're gonna tell you that it's a good devil because he's from within, right? You know how to fight them from within.
How can we actually know that, okay, this is a lying politician? What are some of the things you think people can start paying attention to know that maybe this politician is a liar?
Bro, let's just be logical and down to earth, right? If you said that you're gonna go into power, all right, which you were in the system since the first president of Cameroon, because some people will say that he was saving just for Biya, but he was in the system, right? With the first president, he went to jail. He went to prison after the tentative coup, all right, in 1984. He spent 6 years. He got out, right? You tried to overthrow me, right? You came out, and I gave you a ministry to run. Don't that make you think?
Yeah.
And then now when you mess up somehow, I kick you out. Couple of years later, I still call you in. You come, I give you another ministry. You run that for 10 years. Then when I change you again, I give you another ministry, which is more for me, which is where you will have shown that, yeah, I'm ready for you guys, the Ministry of Employment and Vocational Training.
Create jobs.
Exactly, create jobs. I'm not saying that is creating jobs, but allow the private sector, all right, to create more jobs, give them the platform, the background, okay, on which they can create more jobs and employ more youth. No. But now when he resigned, he's the angel. And I'm seeing people ready to take bullet for that. I'm like, man, brother, either your medicine man is a very strong one, or I don't know how the comprehension of our people is so low. So that's my take on that. For me, this is the big scam of the year 2025 for me.
I think also so many lies has happened, and not only did he tell so many lies after why he decided to run for president was a fat lie. He said he decided to just do it just 1 year ago, just a few months ago, but the daughter is saying no, he's been planning for 4 years,
yeah,
and things like that. Lies, and not only that, even after everything, he's still telling lies. How some ministers and some this that called me to congratulate me, and till today you have not produced
any
the
evidence.
names of the minister, and the latest one now is that some loyalist military people took me from where I was to some better place that is safe.
To him.
To somewhere that is safe and things like that. And it's lies upon lies upon lies upon lies, and I see my people believe. I see my people falling for it, and I just sometimes I don't even know if.
So I will not blame the people. You understand? The people has been in this system for 43 years. You understand? And their condition is not getting any better. So I understand that if somebody comes and tell them that, hey, the water you've been longing for, the road you've been longing for, the schools, the this thing you've been longing for, I'm ready to offer that to you because I know from within how this thing works. I mean, because they are so.
When somebody come and tell you that, it should be somebody who has not been part of the system. Because this man is not even going around explaining.
That's what we're talking about them.
Yeah, he's like, because it's different when he go around and then explain his track record and then say, this is what I wanted to do, and then these people stopped me. Yeah. I've not seen any video of him trying to say, I wanted to do this and they stopped me. I wanted to do this and they stopped me. Yeah. No, he's only talking about, I know I want to, I will just take this man out and then.
And so because the population, they are so fed up of the system that they can, like you said, when you're drowning, you can even hang on a snake to stay alive. So that exactly how the population is. That's how they are so fed up of this system. But I want at least to take this advantage and say that now that you've made your way to stay in power, take this result as a sound of alarm. Change your ways, guys. Invest in your youth. I remember back in the days, the head of sales, the President Biya was saying that youths had the fer de lance. You understand? The spearhead. Yeah, okay. The spearhead of this country. So make them feel that. Make them feel that. Invest in them. Invest in this infrastructure that they lack. Allow them to create their own enterprise.
Are you talking now to Biya or to Chiroma?
To the government. To the Chiroma, whether we like it or not, the electoral process is done, right? So now, from what I heard, the President Biya will be sworn in on Monday. So after that, he's gone his own. There's nothing we can do. And then I will not advise anybody to go break whatsoever, thief, destroy, burn down anything because you want to put somebody that saw you suffering for 30 years while he was serving this system without even blinking the eye. When this crisis started in Nozo, he was Minister of Communication. Can you remember how hard he was?
I think he was doing his time as a minister that Mimi Mefo even went to exile. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
but
not before exile, she was locked up before they sent. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but now look at what is going on between him and Mimi Mefo. So, brother, tell me exactly what is it? I'm just saying that people are just believing in him because they are fed up of the system. They are fed up with the system. But if this system shows them anything positive in the next couple of months or couple of years, everything will be all right. But if they keep being arrogant, being like, no, we have the power, we run things and all of that, yeah, what is they have started to do, somebody else is going to come up, okay, and say that, no, we are going for blood and all of that, which is not good. You see, they did 4 days of manifestation, right, of riot and all of that. Imagine 5 tomatoes in the market grow up to 2,000.
Yeah, but that is actually
the price of gas went off almost double. So they understood that, man, there's no point fighting. I understand that you want to do some riot, just riot peacefully, don't break anything. When you start burning school, which is governed by the international law, schools, hospital, and communitarian building.
No, but
whenever you touch that, you're touching the
at the end of the day, that is what happens when people are led by somebody who doesn't even have their interests at heart. Somebody who is telling you guys to go to the street for peaceful protest, and then they stay in their house. You cannot even step out in Garuwa where that is your home, that is your place. That you cannot even go out to say, you know what, this, because if a leader is supposed to say it's going to be a peaceful protest, you're supposed to be at the front.
Yeah.
So let me finish, please. So you can at least guide the people and tell them that no, the Casper, you understand?
Yeah.
You cannot just stay in your house. And for instance, now you're telling the people to go on a lockdown or whatever. I don't even know where it's heading for. But by the way, I wanted to answer the question of how to know this person cannot be a good leader or is a liar or is lying. First, check their track record and then check their character. Their character, as in, have they ever lied? You understand? Now, people are even all man online or small line like hey the man they come and you say how many, you say 15 minutes, but wait, you go should do in 20 minutes or 30 minutes. But guess what, if somebody can get on certain stage, somebody can tell certain lies, especially like lies about what is happening in also now during the money time where that whole crisis situation escalate, and then this man come out tell now how we I am friends with this person, I'm friends with that person. When I was going to Bamenda, I called them. Like the money character automatically is questionable. Any person if you identify with people like Chris Anu, we all know it. The pain with Chris Anu don't cause for the community. If some person if you identify with that person, the character be questionable. Now the other thing to notice about, because for me, now two things they define a good leader: their character and their track record. Any person will get hard for the community, any person will get hard for people, any person will get it just think about doing anything good. Guess what? He go to already do something even before he decides he want to be president. If you look at somebody where when you see no picture for no side where they give rights for some place, it is should also picking them. It go visit some people they like nothing like it's nothing this guy can come out and boast. During my time as this person or as this person, these are some of the things I did. Do you understand? So if that track record no day, and then you just look at character from outside, you don't see anything that person will be a liar. That person will be a liar. The reason why I keep telling people we have so many good leaders.
That's why they nickname him Good Devil now, brother.
Yeah.
That's why they nickname him Good Devil. So we continue on this propaganda issue. You've seen how they use these bloggers to create this manipulation, to tarnish the image of Cabral. You've seen it, right? Exactly. So they start calling him Kwanye. Do you know what Kwanye refers to? So remember there was this one notorious 419 in Cameroon that was called Donatien. So Kwanye is actually his last name. So now they are now referring to Cabral Libi as a 419 guy. And
guess what? And the regime knows how to use these things also.
Of course.
What baffles me is the fact that how can an opposition put in place strategies to destroy other opposition instead of fighting the people you're supposed to be fighting? Exactly. Because they're not calling Biya Kwanye, they're not doing everything to discredit Biya's image. What they're doing on the contrary is how they can attack O.C. Joshua, how they can attack EOD, how they can attack all these other guys too, and even attack people who are even opposition, though not Chiruma. That was how Fundi lost everything. That was how Fundi lost everything after the elections in the 90s. First, they started with the reason why he did not want to go into the streets to protest and these things like that is because they gave him money. His friends with Biya. I remember one time pictures of him and Biya where he was invited to the Unity Palace. He went there, greeted Biya. No, I think Biya came to Bamenda first. And then invited him. So that was just normal. We are Cameroonians first of all before we are CPDM or SDF, but people were just pushing the agenda of Fundi has taken money, Fundi did it, and then that was how they destroyed the man's image.
And the propaganda.
And then now we have the person of O.C. Joshua.
Yeah.
That guy has structured the party to what a party is supposed to be. But guess what? The party doesn't have any credibility because the propaganda from Nijon Fundi is actually affecting the party.
And that's exactly what's happening in Africa. And now, and this is a very a weapon of political propaganda. And if you're a politician and you don't do propaganda, I mean, you're not ready to do politics. You have to go dirty. But funny enough, I don't want to think that they're naive, but I believe that they want to do politics in a clean way, and now it's not playing against, and it's now playing against them. You see, not giving them point, because I believe Joshua know a lot of things, dirty things, on other opposition guys. But since they want to be like, man, we don't throw ourselves to dirt like that. All right, even if we don't get along, let's be gentlemen, right? And believe Cabral has a lot of things on other candidates that he can put out, understand? But he didn't. But now, the one that is ready to dirty his hand, because I remember these bloggers saying that we're going to follow when they were asking for an opposition candidate now to collide and bring up one candidate. So now at the end, this blogger will be behind one who is ready to go for blood, to fight for his victory, alleged victory. So now when Chiroma said that, oh, with my blood, I'm going to fight for the victory at the eve of October 12th election, right? But what is really paining and shocking me is that now, have you seen any official of that party being around with the riot, to walk around with them? None of them. All right. Him, have you seen him getting out to like? No. Instead, what has he done? He went and got a bunch of kids, because when you see those people in front of his house, they are children. I'm not sure that they are even up to date to cast a vote, to be like his body
his
shield,
shield,
which is, for me, is very irresponsible as a political leader. I never knew, I'm gonna say this a day, about Maurice Kamto, but at least Maurice Kamto stood out with his people in 2018. He was routing with them. He was walking out, and that was very courageous. I never knew, I'm gonna say.
I did love Bird. It's just horrible. Like, what are people actually counting? What did really make people believe so much in this guy and believing so much in? Just imagine if he talks, he could die. Boy, you're 79. You're not already old. You now, so you didn't have for extra. Now, did years and now, so just not extra, not dash. So even if you,
oh my,
even if you go, it is some man in comment section say he didn't gather them, bro. Yeah. But that picking on the AGM, and they don't show even since for a campaign. For a campaign, you look the people that they run, they will slip past them with small. Now, God, see
no, I like your point of view.
Whether we like it or not, I don't know, for some reason, I believe say deficit beat Biya for ballot box.
Of course.
Because if elect campaign come out to say Chiroma win for Adamawa, may win for North, win for Littoral, win for Western region. It means something happen where when they be doing the victory the result. Because if they be somebody say no, they just give that result because they want appease. If they want appease, they go give Western region for OC Joshua. They give Littoral for Cabral Libi, and then now they feel Libi may take the North and the other one. If not give them the one give, but the fact say they wake up say Western region, Littoral, Adamawa, and North na win them. It means it to an extent. Something that happen if people then gather, especially for a credible candidate. You understand? We feel beat Biya for ballot box.
Yeah. And one other thing that I want to add, do you know we have 8 million people registered voter, right? But only half showed up to vote.
Why?
That's the good question. And they are registered, all right? So imagine that out of the other 4 remaining million, they show up behind an opposition candidate. They would have lost clean and clear in a poll, right? But they didn't show up. And now, you know, like we've been sitting here talking this day in, day out, that CPDM always make sure that I have at least my 4 million people that will go and cast vote for me. They know that. They know how to keep their own members concerned, engage and concerned. But now we as opposition, we've pushed this. Remember, like 5 years ago, the list was only just 5 million people registered. People, they pushed it, the opposition party, they pushed it until now they have 8 million, and it's going to go up. And I really thank Cabral Libi for that 11 million citoyens, 11 million citizens that was pushing. It was pushing 11 million citizens because he wanted 11 million registered voters, right? So now that he knew that Biya has his base of 4 million at least, right? That are ready to vote for him day in, day out. So he wanted 11 million to win on a landslide, so there will never be a challenge. Say no, opposition didn't win all of that. You have 11 million. That means Biya will have for the rest of 7 million is for opposition. So you win.
Okay. For those who want to call, I think the lines are open. I see some person they just say one call. They just say one call. Lines will be open for any person you want to call. You call, and then tell me which part of the conversation you want to contribute, and then if you make your contributions, again,
post the number.
Get a number. Make call first. I want me to first call before I put the number. No, me, I strongly believe so. I strongly believe so. We win.
Hello.
Hello, Pa.
Yeah, good evening, bro. Yeah, good evening, Mr. Innocent. Yeah,
Good evening,
good
Papa.
show. Yeah, I want to just make a quick contribution. Now I understand the dynamics of way to not put that out, and
Yeah.
in a normal context, in a normal society, naturally this is how things should work. But in my point of view, I think say would they for Africa now in particular, would they for some very specific context.
Mm.
You see what happened with Tanzania and how quickly it don't deteriorate as well.
Mm.
Some mindset they really work now within the African youth way. It be difficult for Africans to get any form of good education now. I mean, in terms of how we should do things. For example, if you look this specific election context for Cameroon, so one thing they will and one more neglect them
Yeah.
because one Cameroon case not be isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, if you look Cameroon a more follow if you look at Cameroon a, 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 a political landscape in terms of the different regions,
Mm-hmm.
there are specific interests in different regions within Cameroon. It has always been because divide and rule don't always be. For example, no, this will always get an interest. Southwest and Northwest will always get an interest. We want our representation. You always see people for maybe East and West, they get their interests. So in this particular election, what was the interest of these different political divides in Cameroon? And one thing that we see don't result to this chaotic moment.
Mm.
I know at the moment, just by the result we be put out, where it still be very much contested. Just the mere fact say Elekam give Chiroma up to 36%, we did see contest them, so they get more. It already shows it. The guy is already a super stakeholder. With from that one, you don't really kill that mindset of say, oh, people they follow you, maybe they not get a voter's card, yeah, and stuff like that. No, just that 36%, it don't really give you a lot of legitimacy because if you want to us, you want to put the country according to which we don't go, you should say you don't get some specific people in that way, the way they very much where they could listen to you as their leader.
Mm.
And one thing where government get for kill them, the approach of arrogance when you be faced with this kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, true say no man they encourage for me to go for street because the first way that it will get empathy towards human life. Because
Mm.
if for the if some protest will actually people for the go for street, you know, end bad or encourage protest, but there's no protest that does not end bad. And some myths therefore come on political discussion about this issue of opposition coming together as a coalition. In my opinion, like a myth. I'll tell you why, even the American one today, there are other political parties apart from Democrats and Republicans. No be all time way that unity dey be for ballot box. And the convention about coalition and security, it's hard to have a coalition because no one no forgets apart from the ruling party, every other party is considered an opposition party. Even FSNC them before and
Mm-hmm.
Bello were them before they were
Mm-hmm.
opposition parties, even though they were allied to the ruling party.
Mm-hmm.
So the opposition not really need for a coalition or for must come together to defeat BR. For me, that a myth. And that particular convention they always be pushed now by all BR media for Cameroon when election they come. For me, Cameroon they always feel like saying that because they not get together now why they didn't win. It's a lie. It's a lie. There is no country where you get absolute opposition. Even in America, it does not exist. There are other smaller parties. For example, I just talk to one for and I want to go shit. But
Mm-hmm.
such experiment by a party one really bring weight to the table in a coalition. It's easy to have it's easy to bring them together and one person says all of them out. Cameroonians don't trust each other. So achieving a coalition is difficult. But the question I say is there a leader that the people believe in who can carry the aspiration of the people? And one could go ask them. In the absence of coalition and in the current context now, I know lie you some of the people from just by an observer's point of view, some of the people of Cameroon, they look at the Chioma as that person they carry their present aspiration. When the aspiration are changed, no matter for economic growth, no. That aspiration at the moment for some Cameroonians and mine are changed. And they look at now one person for them to carry that aspiration immediately. And why I don't pour. I need to ever think say if we talk say that they manipulate people, it shows how they underestimate some people their intelligence. I don't think it's a manipulation. No. People that they go by themselves, the one we don't choose for go. It did always something not the boil inside you and then some person can ginger them. We need to encourage them because naturally you need the end fine. We don't always the amount of people already die. Anyway, we get empathy for human lives. One violent, one street. Now why that people so major live and so we're going to learn lessons from how people
when I be
feel.
talking me the live and so you say that if you manipulate people, how you talk say now when I talk me the live and so before they live and so?
One question, sir.
No. Yeah, okay, ask them. Yeah.
No, so, answer that one. I don't talk first. You talk say no man if you manipulate any man for go for shit. Now they say they wake up go for shit. And then how you turn again talk say ma finish my question. How you turn again talk say now we just tell them say me the live and so. It dey so na get an opinion on them or na influence them. They don't feel make a mono so no man influence them.
So to read it, you know actually get me well. So you know, so 1 minute. Wait till I talk na say wait. If he talk to me the liver, so me I fit talk to me the liver. So you know me I say I tell them they go yeah. I don't like me I know which I get empathy. I know which for sis me for they go for she go die. That one my personal one person opinion. Again a one voice. Say my other 30 minutes come on again a one voice. Not my voice no really part. Now I say they need my for example me person no be manipulate me. My stance no come as a result of manipulation. I not think say they go manipulate other Cameroonians as well. People are frustrated. No mean a manipulation. Necessarily. People are frustrated. Yeah, Mr. Innocent. You want to ask me some questions?
So yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. That people are frustrated is not because they believe in the ideology. They don't even know what the ideology was. The manifesto of the
I don't even know the meaning of
but
FSNC.
my question is,
the
according to you, why do you think that they made their choice over to that candidate instead of the others opposition candidate?
Now, because I think in the eyes of the Cameroonian people, the other opposition candidates are perceived as weak. Let me explain.
Go ahead.
They are perceived by Cameroonians as being very weak. Why? I've seen the political part of Joshua OC. I'm saying that I'm just talking from an observer's point of view. I don't see Joshua OC political path down the years I've seen for Cabral Libi. Let me tell you something. The only reason why people went for Issa Chiroma the way they went for him is because he answered one key question, which all of them were asked. Are you ready to defend your victory in case you feel like you won? He's the only person who talked about defending his victory in case he was going to win. How is people that migrate towards it? Secondly, the others, when you see a particular government anywhere in the world seem to have a preferred opposition, I need to say, personally, I'm not saying Cabral and OC are working with the government, but I'm saying that they seem like preferred opposition to the government, meaning the government feels like they are more comfortable having that kind of opposition. And with all the leverage that governments have, all kind of government for the way they go prepare that kind of opposition where they can always work on. For example, it's so easy. Cabral has been one of the highest people who have been complaining about election fraud in Cameroon. In fact, we even see how they may say during campaigns and stuff like that. But they are very much aware that he's going to be one of the very first people to come out and say, okay, it's okay, you you have won, it's okay, let's move on for another 7 years. It may work for him as a politician, but it shows a sign of weakness in the eyes of the people who are behind him. That's why you see there are people that some of his people are already criticizing him. So just the fact that you seem like a preferred opposition for the government wants to always have you around as an opposition. And if you look at it from Cameroon government's attitude, they've always wanted people like Cabral and OC as their preferred opposition. They will do everything to fight anyone who seems more extreme, who seems more stubborn.
Okay, I like your answer.
Yeah.
I like your answer, but one beg for differ because that is actually the idea that the government is pushing not because say na weak party them, but na because they know so when they push that kind of agenda and at the party I even feel they be more credible, they get more weight if we support them because guess what? The one mistake we most people make we Cameroonians make and say we feel say na leader they make party. No, now the people, you understand? My move of party. We feel say na a leader they make the people. Now the reason we really fight one change, President Biami go. No, na leader, na president they make the people. Now the people get to make a leader. You understand? If the people be take the power where they put them for back Chiroma, they put them for back Cabral Libi, we will get far more better result than what we get now. Especially if they be take, just imagine say they be take this trend, they put our Kabal Libya for 2018. You understand? If we don't build on that momentum for some different level, but because they be take and go Western for Camto, now the reason we turn out will be the way we be. When they go around, they talk say, oh, the reason why they like SDF, Kabal Libya, and also Joshua because they know say a candidate they'll easily beat. And no, on the contrary, they don't use it in a narrative for destroy the party, for destroy the people their credibility, and now they're just taking advantage of.
And that's the propaganda we're talking about.
So really, Adifa, you massive.
I'm already ready for you. Name ready for me.
Yeah, I don't see you don't Adifa. Me say Adifa, you massively on that because, I tell you, the people that political path been known for a while. Cabral na a young politician when he emerged, Camoya get a lot of hope on Cabral, one because he's a youth. Camoya get a lot of hope on Cabral. But I tell you one thing. You see, if I first take OC case, you see SDF.
So another person if call.
Yeah, me too. I want to say something about it before you go.
Okay.
Go ahead. Finish.
Go ahead.
I will finish. I will
okay. From the moment where you see where people on this always see and say, wait, it seems like these guys are weak, guys. But in my opinion, they are weak. In my opinion, they don't go ever get people that confidence for change the current regime because it doesn't need a weak person. Secondly, one of the reasons why SDF go hardly, and they don't go ever really go hardly. No, bro, for a while, SDF case na series for a while, they don't always want over make a maybe left now an Anglophone party. So I feel like SDF not get that reach nationally as it get for Keta. I think that once they get for work on a lot of reforms for make the party may not be perceived as an Anglophone party. And it doesn't waste that way be, but SDF get that limitation, get that national outreach from the from within Norway and Southwest. Cabral case, Cabral is a weak candidate, same as Joshua Osi. That's my opinion. We'll carry on with the show.
Yeah, you know, say you want answer something.
I want to say something real quick. So now you said people perceive Cabral and Osi like people that are close, they are preferable opposition to they are close to the government. So I'm asking this simple question: where is Issa Chiroma coming from before presenting
for the last 30 years?
Where is he coming from?
Good. Issa Chiroma, according to you now, I know I'm not really about Chikosi, but he's a former ally. No, it be very important question where you ask. So that's according to my knowledge, Issa Chiroma
former ally for 2 months.
Wait, no, it be very possible. He's a former ally. Wow. People need to live together so you can't get coup d'etat from your deputy.
No, we need deny.
That's happened before. Which I mean, as we say, he has said he's a former ally of the head of state. He never ever been a CPDM militant. He had his own party, but he was an ally, meaning they had strategic partnership which we were working on, and he was at one time a BR loyalist. So if you don't come on now, talk say okay, they anymore. Which I tell you, Chiroma has not even appealed to the people of Cameroon. I tell you last time, people are not voting love for Chiroma. People are voting hate for Biena. That's what's true. No mistake. You guys should not sit in the studio and think people all of a sudden Chiroma lawyer or people love Chiroma.
No, how you talk so if there's a person Chube on the way to the coin, I love.
This is why you look at politically that's expressing hate another person. If you read the dynamics, for example, I don't know the meaning of FSNC. I don't know the meaning for the
Let me finish. So I was saying that the winning President Biya or winning this ruling party, the CPDM, is easy.
Yeah.
But to prove is the problem. So now you guys are taking a strategy. Who was the first opposition leader talking about how to watch over your vote when you finish casting them? Who?
It's Cabral.
Thank you very much. At least you give him that credit. Yeah. So now you are taking his own strategy that he's been talking about year in, year out, right? That if you sit behind and let them do it, they're going to mess it up. So now you remember this year, people were sitting around, make sure that the bylaws were counted, right?
Yeah.
Which is another one strategy that was put off. So when we had this issue with COVID gate, who was asking me questions about it, and what was your guy saying about it? So what kind of opposition do you want? Do you want those people? Let me finish. Do you want the opposition that will bring people to the street to destroy, to burn down that you guys burn down people's shop that they've taken years to build up? That is the kind of opposition you want. If you want the opposition of chaos, just tell us. But if you want an opposition that is responsible, that is really mindful of the hardship of Cameroonians, how it is hard to build something, to build a shop, even if it's at a table where you're selling your tomato on, it is really hard. Do you want this kind of opposition? Is that what we're going? We're going to an extremism politics now.
We don't want that. We don't.
Exactly. So don't identify those opposition party because they are not going for war as if they were weak. They are not weak. They are actually very Joshua and Cabral. For me, they are actually very smart, very strategic. If you see the way their party has been growing for years, you will understand.
Mr. Innocent.
Yes.
Those guys are.
Do you get 30 seconds?
Yes. Those guys are strategic, but I'm saying that Cameroon's case is not particular, right? When you look at the trend of what's happening within the continent, trust me, it always ends up like this. People are it's not about politics anymore. People are frustrated.
I agree 100% with you. Frustration.
That's what they're expressing. I can tell you that people on the street who are protesting, who did not even vote, who did not even care about election. People are frustrated. That's what should be handled first. That frustration. Then we start building political systems. People are frustrated now. And that's what they're expressing.
Okay, Baba.
Yeah.
Baba, thank you very much for the call.
Thank you. I like this exchange, but I know that we will finish that talk inbox.
Yeah. So any person who wants to call, go ahead. That's the phone number on the screen. It's +1. If you did out of Cameroon, join me for WhatsApp. Add that number for WhatsApp and then call me. If you did for a task, if you just call directly, see if you make your contributions. I don't make up for the last how many days when I only one at the camp and I mean one at the talk. I know I ain't know nothing. At the tell and I say Chuma loss, be a win. And no, one continue the world always do to read it. It's going to be conversation. And we'll bring other people, invite other people in and continue to talk about the things that really happen. Like if they talk, I think for that side will stand on the same place. I feel like some person I think Manga they say name one example in history where you overthrown a dictator without destruction. Name one. I don't think so even need to go for the. We never take 1920 principles for apply and for 2025. Things have changed. I don't tell when I say if elect can fish done.
Why is a dictator first?
I know I'm going for that definition. Them if elect can fish actually she done. We could talk say Chiruma win for Western region. Chiruma win for Littoral, Chiruma win for Adamawa. It means they will if we win for Southwest and Northwest of Figi. If we not be do the team where Kabali be on the top one do for Northwest and South, and that's what one thing I keep telling people. Southwest and Northwest and the lady where we shall say, oh no man no go vote, oh no man. When I show we videos, right? Where no man no go vote, where you should say none of the polling stations they be open. But guess what? You cannot even make that argument because we seek Chiruma for Bamenda and people that come out attend the campaign. Even though the boys of Obuja because they so many people not come up for outside. So if people come up for outside go for a campaign, it means people they come up for outside go vote also.
Even they go now for I say they won't go market.
Yeah, they come on go vote. And at the end of the day, I argue with my friend today. He said, I say at the end of the day, Bian need to work for none of the police station them. Brenda Bian work for any police station. Frank Bian work for any police station. So if anything happen for inside any police station, when I think say it was not legit, it was not valid, it means that so your brother, I'm a brother, do am. So more stop for the blame Bia. No be Bia thief. Even if Bia pays someone for thief, no be Bia thief. Now some person thief, give for Bia. For America,
because they don't want to change the system.
Yeah, because they don't want to change the system. For America, they need the whole man say you buy 15. No, you understand? Except if you know saying at 15, you not report. But if you go for Facebook market, I buy something, and then they go investigate later on, discover say this that million at 15, and they go no, and if you go jail. Anyway, way you do love for year like me. So some of these things Me, I strongly believe so. If we start take responsibility,
Yeah, we
things
need
will change.
Yeah, we need to.
When we start avoid some kind of narrative, then like the one way people they push out now say, oh, for make omelette you must broke egg. No, that time don't pass. You know must chop na omelette. If you boil your egg, you chop am. You know must broke the egg. You understand? Some people they didn't even broke the egg because they leave them hash the egg, take the picking them, make money, and then sell a fowl, and then go buy some different things find part omelette chop. Some certain principles and I think say for 2025 we cannot even talk about. Other idea of may they do this, may they do that, and things will no. Trust me, when I do that too, I want do Chakara please, things that will change. These people already will come in. First of all, they already hurt people. They don't already destroy people with their property. If you say that they destroy their property, I already hurt them. They should not quiet. That's another thing that was going around. When I never even take power, when they already promise people they have a Nasa Koto, we didn't know Cameroon again.
Yes.
Or take Cameroon.
And then they're talking about the one that is there that's giving them the freedom, that is a dictator. That's what I'm saying. You should probably define what you call it by dictator. You have freedom. People are sitting in social media day in there insulting. You never heard that he put somebody in jail because they were insulting him. The daughter is on social media. Whenever he posts something, they'll go in there and insult. But that's it. So what is it that you guys are calling dictator? You can move from one city to the other. All right. You can live you can settle anywhere in the country. I'm not saying that he's doing well, but we should be mindful of our words, especially when we don't know even the meaning of the word. So dictatorship started with in a Roman Empire. It was a absolute power given to a ruler, right? Voted by the Senate. The Senate will say, now we need to bring the empire to this level, and we give you the full power. All right, to enact the policy. That was what dictator come from. It was never a bad word. All right, but now with the evolution of language and with this, we are talking about propaganda and narrative. This is exactly what happened. So when you listen to medias, especially those mainstream media, referring to an African president as a dictator. Know that somewhere they're just destroying the image because they are not having their way with him. It's as simple as like that. So I'm going to take one example that is not far away from our mind. Remember in 2011 when they were fighting Gaddafi, right? They say Gaddafi was the dictator of that this world had never witnessed, right? Meanwhile, when you go to Libya were the most, the life
African country,
not African, even European. The condition of living in Libya was exceptional, right? Now you say this man is a dictator, but we are living this way. We know I'm paying. We are not paying housing. Health is free. Gas is almost free.
To school, you can go to school.
You have free scholarship. You want to go anywhere in the world. You want to go. The state will sponsor that. But guess what? They were calling him dictator. Why? Because he didn't give them access to the oil. He was controlling the oil and make the people feel good. But now, since 2011, that they brought in democracy, right? That since we're fighting for democracy, where is Libya? It's a divided country. We stop with this word we use without knowing the consequences. We stop. I truly agree with you that this system has failed us deeply. But we've grown past this. We are no more in 1910. All right, 1910. In 2025, we have other means to make our voice known. You've seen in Madagascar a couple of weeks ago, they made the president leave the country without breaking what they did. They were manifesting in the street. They were just walking. They didn't break no shop, no nothing. Because they came out in numbers, a part of the army joined them, and that was it for the president. They were not breaking, burning, nothing. They were just walking. And the president fled the country.
I said, since the manifestation started, have we seen any crowd of 1,000 people? No. We have not seen a crowd of 1,000 people. But guess what? Cities like Douala, you see Douala, what they do. People don't shoot over their ass. So no one with that team for Bonaprizio. People they say,
why they don't enter Bonaprizio or Bonanjo?
So
now only New Bed.
At the end of the day, more argue a point, more argue which we think. But more get respect for other people's opinion and things like that. Like he talk, this whole Palava dictatorship. You just actually make some point. I just think and I'm like, wow. And that is what the Western media do. What has fans done? What has fans said about this whole thing? France don't come up for endorse Chiroma. How many countries don't come up for endorse Chiroma?
None.
So it means that Chiroma be want take over, and if they even talk how way I would do am. You know, get no one international friend.
Well, so let me even add this water to what you're saying. Look, when before the election, you have to read certain signs to understand how the country is going. You understand? If this system or the President Biya, this international community, right, didn't want him in, there are certain action that we will have seen
already.
All right. Let me give one example. In 2025, International Monetary Fund loaned to Cameroon about 500 billions. All right. So I cannot give money to somebody
I don't trust.
I trust that in few months they'll overthrow him. I don't know what is going to happen. So when you see this, you understand that it's a continuation.
The international community is still with him.
Let me add it. You've seen the commander of AFRICOM, the American general that visited him a few weeks before election, right? Do you think that they were just coming there because they wanted to say bye-bye or something? No. And because Cameroon is a very strategical country in this French-speaking zone, in this French-speaking Africa. Talk less about the Gulf of Guinea that we just is the door. Cameroon is the door to the Guinea Gulf, right? Which is rich of oil and all the national resources underneath of the sea and all of that. And everybody want a piece of it. You understand? Before that, the Vatican. The nonsus of Vatican went to see him, right?
The Pope is coming.
So
right?
So you have to understand there are certain signs that shows that, man,
the international
there is no way they are gonna change this. They like the status quo. It's good for their business. And by the way, politics is a game of interest. So their interest is maintained somehow. That stability make them do their business clean, right? And now they don't want to bring I don't want to say it. A factor that they don't control. Especially a good devil. You understand? So this is another sign. So when you watch the sign, you understand that nobody was ready. I mean, as far as the international community is concerned, to a change of regime in Cameroon. All right, and that's why since this riot has started in Cameroon, people are denouncing that there's a violence, there's a violent repression, but nobody say, hey, we're gonna overthrow the system because they are shooting on these rioters and all of that. And moreover, the rioters, because they've burned down and killed the schools. Like I told you, schools are institutions that are governed by international law. Whenever you start rioting and you burn down a school, you just kill your route. Nobody from the international community is going to support you. And then there's this principle of what we call the international recognition. Those congratulations coming from other president. The first president that did was the president of which country? Let me tell you, a neighbor. Gabon. All right. Gabon was the first president to congratulate the head of state.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to say something.
That's the principle of international recognition. When a head of state or a president one give you that recognition, it gives you the international legitimacy and authority to act upon this country. So now, have you seen any country, any international country going against it? No. Or going for the guy that said that I won the election? No. So you guys should understand that there's nobody that's going to come from outside to help this riot.
So the person just comments say your facts on IMF are wrong. You say your facts on my answer. Your facts on IMF are wrong. That's not what you should say. Not to say your facts on IMF are wrong. It says state which be the correct thing. You know, just to say your facts are wrong and then you feel so. No, state which be the correct thing. Don't say IMF no give no money. IMF not do this, that, and before we will know. Move, but that one pass. He's talking again. Say, have you seen the US congratulate the president? That is one. No, and one other place that way. When I look at our people and the way they think, I just shake I just shake my head because at the end of the day, America will go hell we how. Like America will hell we how would it complain? France is the one I like for America. So any place where France interest day, America interest to be protected. Once France don't say, okay, I feel saying that man, it end for day. At the end of the day, where are we going as a people? Would it complain that the people the general resources? Would it complain that the people for the situation would they? Would they see with me America? America didn't decide for Cameroon.
No way.
They don't decide for who them, first of all. They don't hell who them. Politically, America get one way to go through. Now, make them go through the end for day. Make Cameroonians them realize that they say, hey, now we get our country for our hand.
Exactly.
We can push on to this direction. We can push on to the other direction, and that's it. By the way, for those who want corner phone number that for there as I don't talk. If you feel say want me a contribution, you know want me for comment section. Now your voice with the ear and then your face with the CM. If you call and I will connect you. If you get a question for ask him, if you get a suggestion for make him, or you get until you want correct him, you did very, very open. So this whole idea for we for always the wait for all, and that was one other thing I saw during the rioting, right? So people go do something and then come for video. Oh, Le Monde, vous allez de voir, vous êtes en train de regarder ce qu'ils sont en train de nous faire, ils sont en train de tirer sur nous. I look, I'm like, what the hell when I say international community even care? Like now mislead the picking them. Now not so that for them close to 10 years.
10 years.
What have they done?
It's been going. So let's stop being naive. By the way, Ngeval, thank you. The analysis is weak and the facts are wrong. I would like you to comment or call and give me the good facts.
He said, go listen to Paul Motaze, the ministers of Cameroon, and their recent meeting that took place yesterday, and was to decide whether to continue with the stabilization of the IMF. Bro, just tell me what to happen. The only one thing someone go listen to. Just if you know what to happen, just tell me what to happen for it's as simple as that. If you want to call,
I've even corrected on the meeting, but later it's a different thing.
They borrow money or they no borrow money because until now we talk for
They take money, and now the meeting was about are we open to get another loan or not, or we can. But this is the point. IMF wants to work for them to stabilize the budget, right? Because there's a very big deficit in our budget. So this is why the meeting was held. Will we go through the regional market, or do we go through with the IMF? Because IMF is training them to fix that budget, to make the budget be balanced. Thank you. That's the word. To balance the budget.
And when I know how they work, right? For balance that budget means we got to do something. There's a crazy business in America, or when I don't go benefit. See, one of the things that really keep nowadays now the hate for the government, and we tolerate any kind of thing may happen because we're just looking for the government to get humiliated, for the president to get humiliated, or make Cameroon be in chaos. It go switch our heart, especially who did diaspora. The earlier we change our mindset and calm ourselves and make the change we want for Cameroon. Because at this moment, that change we are looking for in Cameroon, especially we who did diaspora, not for we. Now for the picking they will come after. So now until we even plan for 10, 20 years. Who is a probable candidate? Who is a qualified candidate? Now the reason for me, once you don't pass 65, thank you, bye-bye.
You're done.
Once you don't pass
Go
65,
retirement.
thank you, bye-bye.
Go
Again, will be
retirement.
now so young person will go come.
With
Look at
fresh
the way
energy.
Etofi work.
That
Today
man is-
Etofi for Congo, tomorrow Etofi for here. Those are things people like Kabal Libi and Iyori and other ones can do.
No, not even talk about it. If go to Burkina Faso, look
Yep.
what that young guy is doing.
Yep.
He's doing here, he's doing there, he's doing there, he's doing here. You see, because he has the energy
Energy.
to tackle all that at the same time. So I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you with that on that. So and the man make my idea to sour. Anyways,
Yeah, he talk say he respond to your point about Africom. So you see what I talk say if you want now why I be preferable for call. So you
Africom,
actually tell me
yes,
you tell me exactly which point you respond to. When you comment to and they will already talk for phone, you can't comment and another will see the comment. Sometimes it be the conversation. If you call now phone number I call, you make your contribution. If not, then we'll continue to manage the comment. Well, thank you though. At least thank you for
putting your point.
putting a point through.
Thank you, Galvin.
Now the reason that we get the platform, now the reason that we host these conversations, because we just feel like okay, meaning only mean I she don't for here. On another say me I agree on Otino. By the way, the first support Nakabali, me I know the first support me Nakabali, but I don't talk my own candidate because I talk my own candidate here. They say, hey, the man. Another thing where I want more story and before the life end.
Yeah.
Have you noticed what is happening in Cameroon? Because during this moment when people were supposed to go to the streets before they declared the elections, it was obvious that people would go to the streets.
Yeah.
Whether who told them to go to the street or not, they were going to go into the street.
Yeah.
Have you noticed Anglophones came out and we're telling the Anglophone border to not go to the street.
Yeah.
Don't try. And the reason was what? Oh, we don't over suffer all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now our own time for relax.
May they suffer too. May they
Do you realize in 2018 when Kamto was going to the street also, that was how a particular group of people was there any riots in the north?
Nope.
Because they were like, you know, concerned with about Meleke people that and this time around, you don't see the list of people that they arrested for Douala. Other name them, it points to one direction. Where it means that technically, so certain group of people in there, they just say, hey, none our problem. Now we will not define president. And that is the reason why Unalaka or not, Biago win again and again
because
and
he can't on that division.
Yeah,
that division. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
He can't on that division. So I don't even know where we were then. So now that the election is over, it is over. No matter what, it is over. We have like I was saying, no international community, no president call Issa Chiroma and do this and do that. And remember today, guys, we are talking about the propagandas, we're talking about the manipulation and the lies to get to have your way. That's the point. So now another propaganda that is out is that President Chiroma just said that he has he has allegiance. The allegiance from army, top army officials, and all of that, and all of that. And we know from fact that it's not true.
But even you get that for publishers.
Oh, since and it's not true. First, because army in Cameroon is one of the, especially those top-ranking army people officials, right? They are one of the highly paid. How come you can see a captain in army, which is not something very big, right, as a rank, but we see them with story houses, fancy cars, big houses, right? How do you think that they maintain that standard of living? Because the system or the regime allows them to live so. And who is, like we were saying this from the beginning, is when the system get into power, they want to keep it, they want to consolidate it. And now these top military officials, they've been eating so well, man. They've been eating so well that they are not ready at all to make the system change. All right. But now they will come, like we are in the political field, they will tell you politically, cleanly, now we are for the flag. We are not politicians. We don't do this. We don't do that. But mind you, where do they get their orders from? Exactly. So we should push ourselves a good question. Before going to the street, you have to make all the balance and make all the things, see the broad picture. So, okay, we are going now, and they have the power of the state. Okay, they have they have the right to use force, right? And they will come against us. Who is going to defend us? And now that we know that the army forces are with them because the system are making them to be privileged. They have some privilege that they don't want to lose. So it's very, very unlikely to stand and say that, no, some army officials are coming to us because we're suffering. No, it's very unlikely.
Propaganda, lies, manipulation. I said it here the other time, and I'll say it again. You cannot beat Biya in his game. For beat Biya, we need person we eat this so. Person we probably never work with Biya. Person we eat this straightforward. It be honest. When now because of the truth, the people go turn for follow you. And as they follow you, every other, because what will happen is if we get a candidate will be honest, right? It go build momentum gradually, like Kabali be the Duam. It go build momentum gradually, and when it go reach to that time, no, it was difficult for you for talk something against you, and everybody know, people already know you.
Yeah.
Minja Mashal say to read it, I will say it again, youthfulness, no be political program. Yeah, we don't see all the people that manifesto. We are not talking about them being qualified because they are young. No, we talk say they're young and they be qualified. We don't read their manifesto to them. Besides their manifesto, I don't want to say me, now two things that they qualify a leader: their character and their track record. Their character and their track record. Tell me any negative thing you hear about Kabali, except the line when I work like how we don't take 1 billion for a year. You don't do this, you don't do that. The manipulation, will assassinate the person, the character, because in a person will be pure. Guess what? Una will actually prefer the person who they think nothing, una the year I say don't take 1 billion. Contrary to person will see it destroy Nosso. Two will be happen for Nosso because he be Minister of Communication. This guy during that time could not even resign. Like, okay, no, I don't want to be minister again. But we endorse see. Will you trust? Will you believe ye?
Mhm.
And then turn around somebody who knows, okay, you don't always get a good character. No, we don't want it that. We don't want it that one. For me, now 2 things: your character and your track record.
Mm.
If you don't get that 2 things, then you cannot be a leader. You cannot stand anywhere and say, I care about these people and I'm going to provide, I'm going to help these people.
Mm.
Pay attention to the game Chiruma is playing. Lies, 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 propaganda, 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 manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. And the reason that at one point in time, he was Minister of Communications for Mr. Biya.
Yeah, he knew how to twist
Yeah.
the word. He knew to find a good formula to say it. So this is another thing that happened. Remember when after the vote was the polling station was closed, right? And that they needed, and they said that no, we won, right? We the people, we won. And then now people were asking them, we won based on what? Show us the
PV.
the PV, right? Show us that they didn't have.
Explain for the way to be PV.
Oh, I don't know how to put the word in English, but it's a record, the record on which all the delegates will sign on that this was the number of voters registered, this is the number that actually vote, and this is the number that vote for each candidate, and all of that.
And what
and all the
particular polling stations.
Yeah, on the polling station, and all the representatives of all the party will sign on that that this is actually what happened to in our polling station, right? So that's somehow the PV.
So my explain about PG, but they don't understand English fine. PV na document the way elections work. After they bring the list of, because the people they vote, they are named there for list. You come for there, you give your ID, they identify your name, they see your name, they give you access, you pick ballot, you go vote.
Call it minute.
Yeah, when you go vote, you come back until you get a sign, or even before you want to vote, you get a sign. I don't know if they do fingerprinting. I think so. They do I think they do fingerprinting. When you don't go vote, come back, you do fingerprinting and things like that. So PV, nada authentic document. After they don't finish count the vote all the delegates, they give the representative them. Where according to way Atanganji, Papa Atanganji, Grandfather Atanganji, Mr. Atanganji, he say they encourage every party to get 2 representatives for every polling station. And if you do guess what will happen? At the end of that election, that day, for that particular polling station, all that delegates, they endorse, they validate, after they don't finish the counting, they validate that PV. So, and then they give copy for almost every person. Now, even if they need to give them copy
for every representative.
Yeah, even if they need to give them copy, guess what? Though when I get phones, when I take video now some of the things I talk. Now, may Chiruma bring all your own PV the way it shows you this,
It didn't
ever get them.
And now they wanted to reach out to Cabral because Cabral was, according to one of the officials that was in the national committee of vote counting.
He had a lot of representatives all over.
Yeah, and with all the party was represented in the national commission, right? That was counting the vote, and this guy was from the opposition camp. He said that the one that had way more signed minute was the guy of Cabral Libby. That means he was really represented. But now they'll turn around and ask Cabral Libby's minute when they spend the whole time killing his
name,
trashing him, talking.
Yeah,
exactly. So now he just sat quiet, like, you said that you won.
Go ahead and prove it.
So they couldn't prove. That's why now they were forging the PV. You will see that the minute you will see on the internet, whenever they give you the percentage, when you just add all the percentage, you see 102%, 100 and 5% or 98%. That it was added too much or less. Exactly. So that's why we couldn't. Nobody, no serious international official would take that when you read and make the number.
I don't know if we need to talk about this also, because normally I know when the elections go on like this, you have international institutions, observers who come in, and
they were.
Do we have any this time around?
Yeah, we do. We did have one that was chaired by the former Conakry Guinea president, General Sekouba Konaté, and he was an international organization, a Switzerland, coming from Switzerland, chaired by that former president of Guinea Conakry. So they were going through polling station, and then they gave their report and they gave their report to the international committee and African African Union, right? African AU, sorry. send their own representative to watch
UNDP,
over.
I think, had a
Yeah.
representative also.
They had their own representative, so they went around and said whatsoever was going on. That's why, because of these openings, nobody from the international community
is saying
had nothing
anything.
to say. Because at the end, when they gave their report, they said that it
went
went
well.
well. It went well. All right,
Mhm.
it went well. That they should wait for the result. So now, are we saying that there was no cheating? No, we are not saying that.
You're not saying that.
I'm not saying that.
Me, I'm
But
saying there was no
according
cheating.
to their report, everything went well. And then now in law, it is what you can prove, the
Yeah,
fact that
yeah.
you can present,
Yeah.
not what you know.
And that is the
If
reason
you
why.
cannot
Yeah.
prove what you know,
Yeah.
bro,
You know,
they'll
make
sue
any
you for
sense.
defamation.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
And
So,
that's- and
based
that's-
on their fact that they've given to this organization. Now they are now congratulating President Biya everywhere based on their
See, Biya win election. I did tell una Biya win election. When I leave all the you can see that why they cry for they say, oh, it's a lawyer did that are not propaganda. It one just that small communication sense we get them, but it don't nya.
No, you don't really finish.
You don't nya. And when time go reach, now Molinex now so now Molinex get a final say. Molinex don't say I go put you in a condiment onion. This is that
I go grind.
Oh God.
So they are just waiting. But what another advice I can give to the system is that now you have won it.
Do something good.
Do something good. Because the result, this is the worst results President Biya has ever had since 1992.
No, we'll say for the 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in 1992 it had like 39% to pass against Fundi. Yeah, it was 39%.
No, you never thought you get 39%.
It was 39, and Fundi was 30 something. And it was too close. I think Fundi and then some other parties.
Yeah, UNDP. It was hot.
Pieces of that.
Yeah.
Even Damjoya got a piece of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of hard. So that was the lowest, 39%. But this time around, from 71 in 2018 to 53, that's a sound of alarm. It should ring an alarm to you.
And definitely they'll do something.
You need to do something. But if you want my advice, if you want the youth to come behind you, those ministers that this youth know for sure that they have been doing bad to them, and they know, and you know, sir, and Mr. President, and you know them well. Whenever you take them away out of your way, you will see that a lot of these youth will come back to you. So do something, give them something. Like we say in politics, or let me just put the word like that. People, they need they need small, they need may you cut some heads. When you go cut the head, them they will come back for your back. Some will come back, not all of them, but some will come back. And now implement program that will enable the youth to live a better life. We cannot live in a country of 90 or 80 or 70% it's youth, and then they are suffering the way they are. When they open their own businesses, that is the taxation, is the system that will come against them, crush them. So now you can understand the reason why they are so hungry. So do something about it. Work to that goal, and you'll make Cameroon a better place.
One thing I'll talk now. I don't know if we conclude. But
no. I will need.
But one thing I'll talk now. Say I'll repeat what I talked earlier. No be leader of a country, they make the country. Now the country, they make the leader. The reason I say so is because if everyone in Cameroon is good, you understand? The laws will already get and they respect them. Everyone for Cameroon choose for not be corrupt. Everyone for Cameroon choose say, I go work and then I chop. Everyone for Cameroon talk say, I don't go take my team. I will take only my own team. Everyone for Cameroon say I will support one another. Everyone for Cameroon say I will struggle because we talk to Cameroon strong, but people they create jobs every day. People they survive every day. People they become millionaires for Cameroon every day. If everyone decides to do the right thing, and then only the president decides say do the right thing or do the wrong thing, Cameroon will be fine.
Yeah.
But if all man for Cameroon decides to want to be bad man and they will get the best president for the world, it no go still work out. Because even though some people they push the narrative now say, what you really find for Africa, now that dictatorial leadership, where you talk to Omam or do so and Omam or Duam. You understand? Even if you didn't, so guess what? People in there to say you kill me and not go. When we talk about for Southwest, it may be this thing. Guess what? Even like President Duam, now some people in Duam. When me say even if the president give the order, people fit give the order for Nasako say I no go do am.
Mhm.
It dey like how we don't get people there, they want push certain agenda for the platform.
Mhm.
We tell them say sorry, the platform need be for that.
That-
People in there they don't pay money. Say one month I talk this month I do this. We say no, the platform need be for that.
Money fine, but
So if the people they get a mindset for respect one another, for love one another, for respect the laws of the land, for do just the right thing, it no matter how bad the leader be, the country will be fine. And that is the difference between America and any other country.
Mhm.
America is not the leader, not about the president. American about the laws of the land and the people.
Mm.
Now, whatever, anyhow, anything the president they do, the first question now, do I have the majority of the people supporting this idea?
Is it within the scope of the law?
You understand?
Yeah.
Now, so president, the president just say, oh, okay, president, I will do this. Now, so you shake. It always makes sure, say, okay, do I have the majority actually endorsing this idea? Then if you go ahead for one, you know, say anyhow it did, that majority go back. So that is now the one thing that I don't know why is it that during elections these leaders come to you guys? Chiruma no Southwest and Northwest exist. It go inside Bamenda. Why? Because these leaders understand that the people they get the power. No, na you get the power. So you know, so when it come for dinner, when I make it fun or fun, when I make it this, when I make it that, it go carry other power go now. That power now it started using them against you now. So the day the people realize we are actually the ones who are supposed to make things happen for our country, for our community, even the president go fall in line to do the things the way in if you do them. Because you know, if I not do them, people will kick me out.
Exactly.
That's just what I feel. How you see diaspora reaction for the election, their role and everything? Because I know I even talk about the bloggers like the Zumanto and all those guys. But for you, what you diaspora you hold to
most of the diaspora, you understand, that are really eager for change is they've spent a lot of time without going back home. You understand, and they really want to go back home. And you know, with this agenda of no dual citizenship in Cameroon and all of that is something the diaspora, and I would urge again these people in power to look into that direction as well, because when these people will have their dual nationality and that they can do their things back home without the risk of getting retaliated, that they will do it and they will pay the things. But most importantly, the diaspora voted for the system to get out, so they voted massively against the system, right? Yeah, so there was a message that was sending that we are not in agreement to what we're doing. And by the way, we do understand that, because the diaspora are the one that are holding the family back home, you understand, so making them to work too much because everything is so bad back there that you are needing to carry the weight of the family, and that is hard on the diaspora people. But as far as this vote is concerned, their mind was clear. They voted and they made sure to control their vote. And then when they were counting, they were there filming and make sure that the result that came out of that polling station was actually what was casted from the voters.
Yeah, I think the diaspora made a statement, a strong statement. But the question you always ask yourself is why did and diaspora a point also it go for proximity, the elections be transparent.
Yeah.
Because if elect can actually she done count all votes they do and for inside embassy them.
Yeah.
Where they will change anything, send any kind of PV. Elect can actually see send and say no, una win for diaspora, for America, for Wusa.
But guess what? The overall Cameroonian diaspora for this vote register vote is like 0.4%, not even 1%.
No. Forget about the number.
I'm saying
I just travel tongue and say the fact say elect can actually say yes for diaspora una win. Because my tell you something, if they want to be manipulative, they will say OC win for Asia, Cabral win for Africa. You understand? Chiruma win for Europe, and then Bia win for maybe North America. You understand? For just balance them that way. But if they wake up to say
no, Chiruma
win all the vote.
Now
for the way I continue to tell people, they say the election was transparent. The two regions, the way they give ya re-election now Northwest and Southwest. It end for day.
Yeah.
Now Northwest and Southwest decided Pobia take another 7 years. I like I'm gonna continue. It happened in 2018. Now the reason, now one of the reasons that they not get in time for solve that crisis, because they know say so long as that crisis go on, that instability day for day, they will see mago for they do that thing, come out, take their elections again. So if we want to be honest with ourselves, we'll be honest with ourselves or not. Ayok, something
No, you just came in. He's just reading a comment and answering without even knowing why the comment was posted.
This one define money from government say to read it. Yeah, we define a money. If you know any minister, we give you the money. Yeah, but if you know, if they don't figure now, we know say they will get so they for your information. I know minister then so. I know them so. But I'm a prime minister, I get a phone number. I know them so. Prime minister be the Alinti, be the if you don't ever know. So I don't know what you talk about, and a very good way for look alive. Always look alive like these people be corrupt, these people don't take money, people don't do anything. So that way you continue to look at me like okay.
The same narrative they put on Cabral Libre, and this is what we're talking about: the propaganda.
And then tomorrow you want my use my platform for pushing an idea. Then
that's the point. So you're going to stand in your point, and you were not even watching the conversation, right? You didn't know what was happening before you made that comment, that answer to the comment. So now you're just reading the comment and answering. But if they ask you now, what money are we looking for?
You don't feel confused because when I don't confuse, maybe only you. So when they talk, say I don't already take money. So when they say I take money now for beer, so when they say I take money now for Eto, so when they talk, say I take money now for, and then you tell I never take money, so I don't go see the money. When I confused, when I start for one place,
give me small money.
When I start for one place,
small money.
Oh, by the way, we're there for.
But thank you, Ayuk, for coming. Thank you for coming, though.
Yeah, continue for the act ignorantly.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So about the diaspora,
yeah,
I'll be talk about we just come over talk about their votes. But I want to talk also about their influence with the election, because apparently, in as much as all them vote for Chiroma,
yeah.
The whole idea for because we all want Chiroma, you don't want Chiroma, you be bad man. I don't know if you don't feel you don't realize.
I don't see so, yeah. It's the same thing that is going on. It's the propaganda. Either we're with them or you're against them. They are not open for any different view, you see. And then when you stand for a different point of view, they say that you've taken money. But actually, I'm not even for the system, right? You know my candidate. You know I'm supporting the young guy, right? The youth in this. But some people are going to tell me that I took money because I'm not with Chiroma. I'm like, bro. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of the people from diaspora, because they want Chiroma to be there, and I keep saying that they are not wanting Chiroma because they are convinced of the program of Chiroma, all right, of the manifesto, right, that they've read and say that no, this is something that can actually take the country from this point to the other point. No, the point is that they want to get rid of the system, no matter how. And this is very, very dangerous. And if you have this clear or foresightness to say that, bro, I cannot take this route. Okay, I cannot.
So you take pepper wash, take pepper water, wash your eye before you want to go find correct water.
You want to remove window for put door.
Yeah,
you understand. And then you cannot. Somebody cannot stand aside and say, "Man, this road we are taking, let's think twice." All right, but whenever you start opening your mouth and saying this, they say that no, you'll be buy out, you'll be sell out, you'll be everything you want. But actually, so this is what is happening in the diaspora. And then now, not just threaten you, they'll call their family member that depends on them, right? And say that if you don't follow this, cut short, no more small package from here. Because you guys don't want to fight for your change, or no, I'm not going to be working for you and all of that. So yeah, we've been seeing this idea being pushed around. But anyways, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
So ma read something for Eno Ayok. You're so ignorant. No, you're so ignorant. And you just look at it laugh. Ma read what is civil rights mean. The right of citizens to political and social freedom and equality. Now, one of the things in that way Martin Luther King will fight for before they kill you. The right for you for deciding I'm a political party, do I want to support them. For America, a constitution, it for instance, I should say you the Ayok in America. You understand? You enjoy all that privileges, right for you for work because you be immigrant, right for you for do that. If you don't become citizen, right for you for go vote, right for you for choose a political party, right for all that rights that exist, not only for America, it even for Cameroon. If some person decides he want to choose Paul Biya as a political candidate, by the way, the one way plenty people never understand for Cameroon, I say politics is a game of interest, and not even collective interest, na individual interest first.
Yep.
Now the reason that
I'm giving you my support because I expect you to give me a certain
now the reason
position
that
when
when
you
I
get
go
into
vote,
power. That's it.
when I go vote as a group, when I go vote as individual, because you read every person in the manifesto, you go vote the man way, you know, say it manifesto carry which way it interests you. Now when una plenty when I vote for that man, now that man will become president. When means say now interest don't be voted into power. Don't be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Any person get right. I don't even stand here because I want defense or I need support CPDM. Well, no, if I choose for support CPDM, that is who I've chosen to support. Go ahead and choose your own party. At the end of the day, go choose whoever you want to choose. Una learn to respect people their choice. Una learn to understand say your own party. Why you don't choose na Chiruma? You don't choose na Kaba Libi. You don't eat na this way. Yeah, the closest person I get of America, but you ever talk na Kaba Libi. Me and I just okay. I like Kabadibi na a good option, but Kabadibi name na my candidate. Do you understand? Na Pobia be my candidate. I want na Pobia with that chair. If you want die, go die. But na my own person I want them. Dan say Chiruma enter. Na. Pobia Chiruma made a shift. Any other person are they okay with? Are they okay with? Yeah. But if you feel say you una insult people. Try to disrespect people because they must do it when I want time. When I actually practice now with policyism, BI policyism. Where if you know they for CPDM, then if you appoint you principal. If you know they for CPDM, you know if you be SDO. If you know they for CPDM, you never get business or Cameroon will be successful. They'll kill you with taxes.
They'll kill you with taxes.
It means that the same system with the struggle of Wutam. When I don't copy everything inside their book, when I show with practice, and now why do I don't like me Chiruma? Now why do I not want him? Because if you look everything with the struggle for Duam, they don't just go tear na pages inside that book. It is struggle for replicate them. Go ahead.
So I'm just reading the comment of Ayuke, and it's very funny. No electricity, no road, no job, etc. Yeah, it's true, brother. You know, Rome was not built in one day, but in as much I'm not in agreement with this system, at least we should probably agree that from 1982 to 2025, there's a lot of no question. We like differences of idea like that. I like you, my brother. You're making me to talk.
No, now say he come over talk say at the shop they give me money. No, now he right now say ma chop the money software they give me. You are so confused. I need to be honest.
No, leave. I'm not finished this. So when you look and say there's no electricity, there's no road. Let me just give you a talk with facts. All right. Can you compare Nigeria, which is a much bigger economy and bigger country than Cameroon as far as electricity is concerned? Can you compare? Can you make the comparison? No, because Cameroon has more electricity than Nigeria.
More stable electricity.
More stable electricity. All right. And then now, in all these French-speaking African countries, right, Cameroon has the most arranged, how do you say it? Roads. All right, you understand?
If we use the word develop,
Cameroon, develop roads.
For most of them, Cameroon be
road. I mean, all the French-speaking country.
Yeah.
Now, apart from the people from the up north, Maghreb, like Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, and Libya or Egypt. But Black Cameroonian, African French-speaking, Cameroon has more developed road. So when you're talking about the road, yes, they can do a lot. They can still do a lot, my brother. They can still do a lot. That's why we're having this conversation to point out the shortcomings. We will have been further than where we are today. I totally agree with you, but we cannot just trash everything that has happened. Okay.
Whether you like it or not, I will support who I want to support. It is called civil rights. The right for you to choose who you want to follow politically, religiously, or whatever. And those are some of the things I enjoy in America. Now the thing that I enjoy for America, and the thing that we would cry every day for Pobia head. Cameroon and they need to forget that. When Cameroon go to the polls and vote, respect their vote. You know, if you don't say respect their vote and they turn around and say, oh, for instance, right? Look at some very crazy things that happen. Chiruma go wake up talk say, me military, they don't listen to our leaders them. They don't owe allegiance to any person, right? They owe allegiance to the people, to the country. And then you turn around and say, military them, be loyal for me. They don't come take
some
me.
top official don't come pledge allegiance.
You don't understand. You know, look funny. Now you talk to me military, not be. So And I understand these things and I understand my rights, and that is exactly what I am enjoying. Go ahead and enjoy your own. Whether be adding 1 million years. For your information, yeah, again, fine. Politics is a game of interest for all over the world.
Yeah.
All over the world. It may be so. There is no way we should also go vote the man instead of Kamala Harris.
Yes.
We should also go vote some kind of man. There is no way. But guess what? Once individual they don't look and my interest is, By the way, most Africans, I will tell you, most Cameroonians, they vote par. You know why? Because they were into IT and probably don't make them understand. Say once I come in, I will knock that Indian people them. I will block that line. Where I will stop other on an HB1 visa thing. Then I will
so
stop other
jobs.
So when I will get jobs
because you wanted to bring
so many Cameroonians
rate of unemployment low.
Yeah, 2 years into when election day 2 years to come, they already start talking to vote naive. So whether for year, whether for one side, politics is a game of interest. The same way we get a particular reason why we want me the man be, now the same reason why any man get reason why we want me someone be. It's as simple as that. Choose your candidate. I choose my candidate. At the
end of the day, we have to live together.
Yeah, una notice say you never see me under some person post the query say why you choose a candidate.
No.
You will never see me under some person post the castigated why they choose a candidate or why they not choosing one. No. Even with the whole etovis idea and stuff like that, you hardly see me under somebody post and say, oh, why no? Because I have respect for people's opinion.
And this is what politics is all about.
And that's why other thing I want to let people understand also. Toride is a platform. The one mistake most people make and I say, when they see CRTV, they just say, oh, CRTV. No. CRTV is a platform where at the end of the day, anything they show on for day, now one person the idea. Now one person they decide say, now they script this for CRTV. Now the reason why for the past how many years, CRTV always sell a beer for manage your country. For give any kind of you want. Yeah.
They get
you understand?
They don't get
so all these people they used to come and say, oh, Toride, in order for being about your opinion, maybe about your opinion, your own opinion.
Maybe voice your own opinion out.
Maybe not about your own opinion. No. Toride is something, a platform that we decided this will want to create. Because of we say, now the thing will be lacking for community. Now the thing will push them. And we will always stand with the truth. That is it. Respect of people's rights, respect of the truth, will always be honest and will always be factual. Time the way he talks in the way, anybody don't come over Google something and so. If they talk something the way, so man say no, it's not correct. In the talks one, the man say not correct. I will look after, I will come with the next show to say, okay, you know the thing we'll be talking so I feel say not correct. The last thing I know will ever do now for lie. I will always be honest. When I talk about elections for Cameroon, I talk about Northwest and Southwest. People look at me, you really believe say people they come out go vote. I say if people don't come out go vote, right? Now who they give the election? Now Bia be there for Southwest and Northwest.
So now we even give the Chiroma a vote, then people don't come out go vote.
Yep. When I talk to people don't come out go vote, the Chiroma be there for day and people they come out during campaign. So what are you guys talking about? Una go blame una mama, una auntie them with una uncle them with una sister, una brother, for una villages them. When they organize a team. And if you ever should not be the blame away to me a thief. I will blame you a thief. Now you a thief be thief. And before that mama can tell me go thief, then because you should be thief man. Go and blame your brothers and sisters who decided to award Bia another re-election. Una stop for the blame Bia. Una the blame Bia because I want the truth say una no one be responsible enough for talk say now we be the failures. It's as simple as that. Kabadi Bill already conceded, right? Because guess what? That is a responsible man. That's a responsible thing to do. The next thing now is the municipal and legislative elections. We are moving forward already.
Start preparing now.
We are moving forward already. You know where we blame Bia. You know where we do anything. No.
Do you know why this is responsible to do so? Because you know the decision of the Constitutional Council are binding and final. There is no way you can appeal. There is no way you can appeal that. So Cabral Libi knew that, and he says this, bro. Winning Bia is the easiest thing, but to prove it, that's the thing. And he knew from the beginning that there's no way he can prove it, right? So when they made this proclamation, said that Bia has won, he said, okay, congratulations to whosoever won. He didn't even mention the name of the winner. He said, congratulations to whosoever won the election. Now let's keep our energy together and prepare and start preparing now for the municipal and legislative election. There's nothing else you can do. There's no way you're going to appeal the Constitutional Council decision. They are final and binding to everyone. So when you want to be responsible, you just move on unless you want to bring the riot like you were doing, and then now I cannot even take my dad to the hospital because the road are closed, the ambulance and all of that. Man, we can route without breaking, anyways. If we choose that road.
So you
Without
want
destroying.
say so 5,000 people vote for Batibo. Now me I organize election for Batibo. Now so your brother and your sister then they organize election for Batibo. Now they make now they vote for 5,000 people. Go ask now them. First of all, as you just look some of these people, I laugh because una be so ignorant. Guess what? Elections when they do registration, I believe say all that pose or might say elecam for Batibo or for the region or for the division, right? They get an officer. If you go for you go ask and say how many people don't register all together.
Yeah.
No matter for election, though, when I go wait to say, how many people vote. If the people then put out for that paper say 5,000 people actually vote, it means say originally for that paper it shows say more than 5,000 people be register.
Because they have to be coherent.
Yeah,
right?
And guess what? Now you go register, it go even with your fingerprint. So now a system where it's not even difficult to prove them. If how they call them, if opposition be really serious, if we begin on a representative them for Batibo, that representative can that same they can talk say now video this will be the count vote for Batibo.
This is
now only 100 people they vote. How many don't turn on 5,000? How many wanna get video for Limbe? How many wanna get video for Douala? How many wanna give video for Adamawa? But not get video for Batibo. Wanna the phone on herself. When I phone on herself, why are we reasonable candidate like OC Joshua them, like Kabadi be them, they already move forward. Yeah. Because they know say, if I want to solve this situation next time for Batibo and make sure I get representative there.
For official get for B on the ground.
Then count the vote, record them and post them online.
Who knows if you get mayor in Batibo, which is SDF or PCRM, right?
Yep.
That means you have a solid foundation on the ground where you can build to win the next presidency. And people doesn't understand that presidency is one beginning from the legislative and municipal, because you have to gain this constituency, right, to build that a strong force from the ground to control, not even to control the election, your vote, but also to control the population. All right, to control the population. And now when your people go there to say, no, this is our party, this is the mayor is from this party and all of that, it is very easy for you at that point to control the local offices and control your vote.
Guys, thank you very much for today. I don't think so get anything else to do. Don't do 2 hours. You'll get a chance again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Can we on faire le matin?
Je vais travailler.
Oh, tu travailles le matin. Tu finis à quelle heure?
Dans l'après-midi.
15. Vers les 15 heures. Ah,
15
samedi. Je ne sais pas si on peut faire après le soir.
On essaie de voir.
Ok. Ça fait longtemps, on n'a même pas parlé du football. For those who they watch, I was just on a surprise I talk French. I grew for Cameroon. I know Cameroon in and out. If you not ever know, when I see that two regions of the Cameroon, they call it Northwest and Southwest. They're probably two of the best regions that exist for the whole Cameroon. And then they ask you and they tell you
if I comment
that two regions, the way it exists for Cameroon, say Northwest, especially Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest is very good.
Now the best region where they exist for the whole Cameroon. Whether it come for roads, whether it come for water, whether it come for electricity, whether it come for chop, whether it come for now the best.
Water, my brother.
I stay for Sangmelima for 2 years. I get people for Ebolo. The only region where I never stay for them for long, na Marua. Where I never sleep for them. Now far north. The rest of the region I don't spend at least 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month for them. Cameroon rough, Cameroon wowo, the Cameroon wowo the way they think. So if you get to change Cameroon, you get to be in a best way. It get track record, it get character for take Cameroon for side to go. Even if it's so, me, I will continue to support the CPDM as soon as I support CPDM. Better me be for the biana the devil way better. Chuma na the devil way na die. If no be beer, no, Chuma and beer may they just shift.
May they shift.
But if not only that 2 day,
yeah, better na beer.
Better maybe, but at the end of the day,
because angel no fit pass God.
At the end of the day, for back beer and Ngongo na young man, who na so na one young person. Atanganji.
Any can next so. Na the joke.
Thank you very much for today.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for
I
sharing.
really
Thank you
feel
for
like a
coming.
Kokoji guy. I swear to God.
No.
I really
Bro,
feel like
I really like
I really
your
feel like
point of view.
Kokoji,
To be
man.
honest, I really like your point of view. It
really
is
feel like
okay. Let's
Kokoji.
agree to disagree. Leave Nasako so. Nasako, it take budget. You know, one game my own.
Say, yeah, wait till they talk.
take
Say,
budget,
you want talk football support it too. I want. Oh, but you're so ignorant, bro.
No.
Just conclude more about that. You're so
All right, guys.
ignorant.
Thank you very much watching with us. Thank you very much, and it was a very interactive show. Thank you for those who called. Thank you for your comment, and it was a very, very interesting conversation. And this is why we build this. We are building this platform for people like you, for people like me to come and say what we say. We are not the smartest people on earth, but at least we can make this conversation, and out of it, 1 or 2 ideas might come out for the better of the community. So let's stay together and let's build this together. Peace.
I don't know, Ron. I go pick that girl.